$100 million donated. Michael Jordan partnered with Nike to make the large contribution. Jordan was named 5 times MVP in the league. In addition, he was named the 20th century North American greatest athlete. Jordan knows the honor and the prestige with winning great awards, but he says the greatest rewards and fulfillment to him comes from making a difference in the life of others. Understanding this concept was a driving force in the life of my dear friend, Dana Libatori. Last weekend, Annette and I were privileged to share at the chapel service honoring her life. Previous speakers talked about all the characteristics that they remembered about her that made her so remarkable and unforgettable. But a common theme among all of them was her generosity, which brings me to the subject of today's nugget, acts of generosity. And I'll be right back after this short video.
Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear.
Contrary to what some people think, one does not need to be wealthy like Michael Jordan in order to make a difference. An example of this is the recent story of a Federal Express driver in Indiana. Audrey Robinson was halfway through her deliveries in rural southwest Indiana. She came across a familiar sight. As she drove by a mobile home park, she saw a young boy shooting baskets. On multiple occasions before, Robinson had seen the boy practicing in his driveway. It looked like basketball was the boy's happy place. However, this time, while driving by the park, she saw something she had not noticed before. She didn't just see the boy, but she noticed that the basketball backboard he was using was old, and the hoop was rusted and bent. That moment, Robinson made a decision of generosity. She decided that she was going to buy the boy a new backboard, hoop, and ball. On her next day off, she drove to a nearby Target store in Ohio and bought their best basketball kit. She then drove back to her home in Indiana and spent hours assembling the backboard, the hoop, and the pole. And she then borrowed a friend's truck and drove to the boy's home in nearby Indiana. When I read this story, something really jumped out at me. See, this lady had driven by the boy playing basketball several times. However, this time, she didn't just see him. She also saw the junky hoop that he was using. It was then that she realized the boy had a need. And I thought, how easy it is for us to be like that FedEx driver. We can be so focused on getting to our destination that we miss noticing a person or a place where God wants us to be a blessing. Your response could have a greater impact than you could ever imagine. Think of this for a moment. Yes, that FedEx driver's acts of generosity blessed that 11-year-old boy and made an impression that he will always remember. However, there's more to the story. Social media and news broadcasts learned of what this lady has done, and they spread the story around the world. And as a result of that one act of generosity, countless numbers of other people in need are experiencing other acts of generosity. So I challenge you, let God open and increase your vision. Be one of those who are making a difference. God bless you. Have a great week.